All right, man. Peace. Once again, coming to you live and just outside of the University of Charlotte campus. We welcome y'all back to the dopest podcast ever to be spawned from the Queen City herself. We are the Queen City Psychos, and welcome to the QCP podcast. It is January 26th, 2020, and this is episode 6. Let me go ahead and introduce the entire cast. Once again, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the Lord with the sword. Sir John Legion.
Every fucking time.
That's right. It's gonna grow. It's gonna grow on you.
It's gonna grow on me eventually.
Yeah, it's John Legion once again, and sitting to my right we have Jay May.
Yes, sir. I'm Jay May here. What's up?
I still like that nickname. It's great. I like it.
That's right. Yeah. And to his right, Mr. No Nickname.
No name.
No.
What's up, boys?
No.
Oh, sorry.
we don't know
I'm
who you
swiping
are.
through the excess of Kobe notifications on social media. So
Yes, we do have an announcement to make. I mean, at this point, it's trending worldwide, but we'll get to that in a minute. As long as this gentleman, we can get to that as soon as the gentleman lets us know who he is, or lets the people know who he is.
who? Kobe?
No,
You're
I was like,
Come
knows who Kobe is.
Get with the program.
Get off the phone.
On the phone. The girl can wait later, sir. She can wait later.
I'm not. I'm looking. My name is Aidan. Hello, everybody.
And rounding out the psychopaths.
Yeah, it's your boy E-Man. Oh my god. It's been a hectic day, guys.
It's been a hectic week.
Yeah,
Hectic week, yeah.
This episode, we got another topic for you guys. But anyway, okay. So the topic for today: can anybody be a celebrity? I believe this topic was chosen. Now the last one, hot takes, that was Jesse's idea, right?
That was E-Man's idea.
E-Man's idea. Okay, all right.
That was my idea.
It was
boys.
yours.
Well, of
Hot
course.
take. I thought it was.
No, it was mine.
I thought it was
Trying to
E-Man's.
put me on it.
I mean,
I thought it was E-Man's.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was me.
No. I kind of
Because
just
I said that would be because he said something about hot takes, and I was like, oh yeah, that'd be funny if we did a whole episode dedicated to hot takes. And he's like, oh yeah, that'd be awesome, and he just got all hype about it. But no, twas the idea.
Of Aidan.
Okay, it was
mine.
Aiden's
Yeah.
idea then, yeah.
Oh, fine. Okay, fine.
Taking credit for that.
Yeah, he punished it.
Okay.
I mean, I really don't
The
care.
fury-
E-Man, you can take
the
credit if you want.
furiosity.
All right, but anyway, all right. So,
No.
can anybody be a celebrity? Still called Aiden's baby.
Aiden's baby. Can anybody still be a celebrity?
I was just
You have a baby, sir?
I mean, it's just another way of saying you came up with it.
Well, actually, this one was Jesse's idea to put on the list as well. I'm just the one that said that we could do it today.
Anyway, let's get into it. Okay,
sir. All right, sir.
so I actually before we get into this, and we're all going to give our opinions on this. I mean, if you've seen any of our previous videos, the ones where we have these discussions. I mean, some people use the term roundtables, but we just call them discussions.
Round tables?
Yeah. Okay. So we basically this is going to be a very fluid discussion. But let's start off with, if you guys don't mind, you fellas don't mind. Mind if I give the definition?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the definition for celebrity is a state of being well known. Celebrity is the fame and public attention awarded by the mass media to individuals or groups, or occasionally animals, but it is usually applied to
Harambe!
certain persons or group. There's obviously different levels of celebrity. They range from local to national to international to even global.
So can you read like the end of it one more time for me?
The fame and public attention awarded by the mass media to individuals or groups, or occasionally animals, but is usually applied to the persons or group.
Okay. So
This is a very generic definition.
that's fine. All right, that's a good jumping off point. I just want to ask, like, what qualifies as like
A celebrity?
No. I mean, yeah, but that's like a part of like the level to that question. Like, what do you consider like fame? Is fame, if we're talking only in good sense, only in bad sense, or like what are we only talking about? Like both? Like you can be famous in like
You mean
a bad
infamy?
person. Yeah, like an infamous, like a murderer.
Which is basically
a murderer that's famous, but that's not a celebrity. Why wouldn't you call that a celebrity? I wouldn't call that a celebrity.
Oh,
But
no.
like fame.
Okay, right.
I want to start out from that point. Just fame. What would y'all consider, like, is fame a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a good question.
I think it depends on one, what you do, one, whether or not you handle it, whether you can handle it,
Well,
how you react to it, and two, what you choose to do with it. And I'm not saying you have to use your fame to, as a
Well, no, I'm
sprint.
saying, so like, say someone we didn't know who they were, and they were like a bad person. They did like robbery, something like that, right? Then we find out about them, in the news. Now they were already doing robberies beforehand. It's not like they just got famous off of doing they got famous off of the robbery.
Oh, you're saying some people do things for clout, or
some people just do stuff. Just
murders people for clout.
Yeah, like
I think you're missing. Okay, so when you think, all right, let's jump the discussion from this with this question. What usually comes to your mind when you hear the word celebrity? Like what does in the modern day sense?
Hold on. I wanted to make a point back what E-Man was saying. I think it's a difference between fame and popularity, because I feel like people use those two words interchangeably when they shouldn't. Because there's a difference between being famous and being popular.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously popular being like the most favored out of any group, regardless if they're famous or not. Mm-hmm. But in terms of like internet popularity and all, like taking celebrities, for the most part, they're painted in a positive light because they have a fan base.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And to be like an internet or social celebrity or whatever,
you have a following.
9 times out of 10, they have a fan base. They have a following that makes them get to where they are.
That's what I'm saying. What usually comes to your mind when you hear the word celebrity? Now, me personally, I think someone who receives a certain amount of notoriety or acclaim as an entertainer or an athlete. Entertainer, athlete, that's what comes in that's the first thing I think of when I hear the word celebrity. And I think a lot of people
obviously that's limiting then, right?
No, I just said the first thing that comes to your mind.
Because obviously it's more, but he's saying like when you think of celebrity, what is the stereotypical thing that pops up when you hear celebrity?
Right.
I think
of
like YouTubers, like social media personalities, like those kind of things.
But before social media, what would you have? I mean, when you hear the term, I'm just saying before social media.
Social media came around the time that I was cognizant of just social things in general.
Yeah, like the stuff that we.
It's not. Don't say you can't fathom what a celebrity would have been before. What a celebrity was before social media.
Like musicians, athletes, actors, those kind of things.
Right. That's what I said. I said entertainers and athletes. Okay.
But that's what I'm saying.
Today we have, because of social media, right?
That's what comes to mind when I think of.
I understand. Yeah. Yes. Well, I'm the only one in this group, and again, I have to showing my age here. I'm the only one in this group that was around before, MySpace and social media. So I remember.
This nigga said MySpace. What the fuck? Raise your goddamn hand. Besides Tyler, you had a MySpace that you used like someone on like.
Obviously,
how old were we?
MySpace, bro. I knew what MySpace was, but I've never.
MySpace.
I refused.
MySpace dropped in 2004.
Oh,
so what were you when you? So how old were you when you?
3.
Yeah, I was still 3. But
didn't I just say I was going to show my age?
He did. He was like, but see, before the time of MySpace, like any of us used it. None of us used MySpace.
You didn't know how to use a computer at that age.
No, we did.
I did.
I refused MySpace at that time.
I was in middle school in 2004. Okay, Jesus.
Yeah, it is.
I'll be tired. Stop making me seem older than I actually am.
You are.
We're gonna get that one day.
But yeah,
middle school.
No, I'm talking about that age.
So yes. The term, I think the term celebrity obviously has become more complex because of, well, not complex, but there are more ways to become a celebrity. There are more avenues to become celebrity nowadays because of social media. Before, say, 2004, there was really no such thing as an internet sensation, or there certainly wasn't no such thing as a YouTube personality or anything like that. But now we have those things, all right? We have those avenues. Where people can basically create a social media account and start a channel or whatever, and create a code of personality, gain a following, and start getting money from sponsors, and show up on commercials and things like that, and they become a celebrity essentially. Okay, they become someone who is celebrated for whatever reason, for whatever they're known for.
Yeah,
go ahead.
And honestly, I think because of social media, the entertainment industry has expanded. Like.
Absolutely.
As far as like how many people want to be actors, how many people want to be singers and things like that. I think social media plays a part in that. And I think a lot of people, I think one thing about being a celebrity or being famous, you have to know who you are first before you even get in that industry.
That helps.
Yeah, like
Most people don't, but that helps. Go ahead.
Yeah.
like I know a lot of people, like my brother, for example, like he doesn't hate social media, but he finds it pointless. But like for people like me, it's like I don't use it all that much. I mean, like I go on it daily, but I don't spend hours. I'll just like check here and there, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like I'm gonna need it to market myself.
That's
Because
true.
with like acting, music, like this podcast, stuff
Mhm.
like that, like it's a way for me to garner a following to get like a fan base, for lack of better word.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, obviously right now I'm just kind of using it for like friends or that kind of stuff, but like I'm building up a number of people that are following me, so that's more people in the future that can see whatever I do whenever I want to post whatever I do. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's true.
I've always said that there are pros and cons to social media. For the most part, like I said, there is a reason. I said there's a valid reason for more than 2/3 of at least the population in the United States for people to have a social media account. It's literally in just about it literally exists in just about every facet of life: school, work, just
Yeah.
self promotion. In like I said, the entertainment industry absolutely is tied to social media now.
Mhm.
I mean, just it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I won't say there's no getting around it. Obviously, there is, but for the most part, to live or operate in corporate America,
Mhm.
you have to use social media in some vein.
Yeah.
I'd say that's where there's no getting around it from that perspective. Anybody
Well,
who's not, or
not
okay, well,
really.
okay, go ahead.
Well, what do you mean by corporate America?
Well, I mean, you
Like,
need I mean, you need okay. Well, a day job.
okay, yeah. So my dad doesn't have a single social media
Does he
account,
have an
and
email address?
does that count as social media?
I don't count that as social
No,
media.
because that's another form of messaging.
That's
really.
just like, yeah.
It's not like you have a profile
I
where
don't
people
count
can
fucking
follow
texting
you.
as social media. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
you could just text back and forth to anybody.
I mean, I can see where you're coming from
I think-
because
I
it
think
is
social
an internet contact service.
Yeah.
I think social media should be classified as something that's like connected.
You have a
to,
a
like,
profile where people
a
can
profile that can visit stuff that you put out there individually. You can't just like
That
look at
people
someone's
can
individual
see, yeah.
email at one time. It's only that one person you send it to is going to see that email.
Yeah.
But you have in order to have a social media account, you have to have an email address.
Yeah,
Well,
that
yeah,
I count.
but does that make
I don't count that as
email?
I don't count the email itself being a social media. I think it's just a step to get to your social media, but you can have it that, or you put as your phone number. I've seen people put social media as their phone numbers. So I think
Okay.
you can do that. Jumping off of that from social media though, like the celebrity thing about just celebrities in general, like can anyone be one? That's the question I'm asking.
Yeah, but not
Um,
everyone should.
Basically, yeah, no. Basically, the crux of my opinion is with social media. Yeah, anybody can be a celebrity
I think
if they're
anybody
through
has.
that avenue.
I think anybody has access to be a celebrity, but I don't think anybody can be one.
I don't think just anybody can handle it.
Not everybody can handle that. Like,
Yeah.
for example, and I know we did hot takes, and I said, Kim Kardashian was the most beautiful woman alive, but I'm gonna talk about Kim Kardashian for a minute. Like, if you just look at how she handles paparazzi, or how she handles, or just any celebrity that can handle constant paparazzi or constant pressure in that
Invasion of
lifestyle.
privacy.
Even Cardi B said herself, and you can look this up. She said, I think this was when she first started getting hot. She was happier before she was famous. So I think a lot of people, they might not be able to handle that kind of lifestyle.
Certainly not Cardi B. I'm sorry, but she goes off on people who you leave a negative comment or not even a negative comment. She can't take any sort of criticism.
Yeah, always
at
on
all.
live,
Right.
always. Come on.
So that's
She
one.
deserves a lot of it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, like I said, so obviously no, it's not that type of receiving that type of attention for a lot of people is not healthy at all, and some people are just not. Whether it be positive or negative, it's not. They can't handle it. They don't really have, like you say, you have to know who you are. You have to have thick skin, and I don't even really. And for people that we do consider, who we do believe fall under the category of celebrities, the ones who don't engage in social media, I don't think any less of them for for not having a social media account or any way, because they just don't want to be bothered by thousands of thousands of followers or admirers. They don't want to be bothered with
Like
it. They're
look at Luke
very-
Kuechly, for example. He didn't have a social media account.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Luke Kuechly never had, and never. I mean, not that he never had it, but he, while being in the NFL, he
Mhm.
did not actively or publicly use a social media account.
I
As
think
far as I'm aware, he didn't have any accounts.
I don't think Kawhi Leonard does it. I think he still doesn't have
Yeah, like
a
there's
social media
multiple, like,
account,
Kawhi's,
right?
Kawhi's a
athletes.
goddamn robot. That's why he doesn't have any social media.
Or he's just.
He's a plug
I
and
mean,
play.
for me, he's a breath of fresh air. I would say
He's
that. I respect him.
So strange. I fucking love it though. It's so endearing how awkward he is, and I love
But-
it.
He just doesn't want to be bothered.
Yeah,
I
if
can respect
you're-
that. I
if you're an
respect the hell
athlete-
out of that.
If you're an athlete though, like that, and it's like like Luke Kuechly, going back to my example, look at the amount of work that man put in, the time he spends in the film room, the time he spends getting better at his craft. It's like he deserves the right to be a celebrity because of all the work that he's put in. Like, I'm not saying he's one of the best linebackers ever, but it is hard to be as good as Luke Kuechly. Like, it is an immensely difficult feat to be that good and that devoted to your craft. So I feel like anyone with that kind of passion deserves to be a celebrity.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely putting in the work in and effort for
Mhm.
whatever you are specialized in.
Well, I don't know about being a celebrity. I mean, you're getting paid to. I mean, he's getting paid to play football. So, however much money he accrues from doing
I
that,
mean,
yeah,
it's-
because of how dedicated he was to perfecting his craft.
Yeah, but-
yes, he
but-
deserves all the money for that. But I mean, just being paid a lot of money doesn't really. I don't think that guarantees that you should be a celebrity.
Well,
No,
That you-
I never
he's talking
said
about-
I
he's
never
talking
said
his
anything about
game.
money.
Yeah, he's
I'm
talking
talking
about
about
his game.
I'm talking about the fact that someone like that puts in enough work and dedicates most of his life. Can't say all, but most of his life to his craft to the point to where he gets himself into a platform to where he is publicly known to become famous,
Yeah,
like we were
Right.
before, and to become one of the more popular players in the NFL, or at least around here because we live in Charlotte. But like,
he's a Hall of Famer.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's someone like that, not necessarily Kuechly himself or other athletes, but I'm saying people in general, whether you're a musician, a content
Mhm.
creator, someone where it's like you put that much time and devotion into something you love and are passionate about. I feel like you deserve to be a celebrity regardless of the money you make or not.
like
But
Robert
Do you think
unfortunately-
do you think he handled being
Yes,
that's okay.
very well.
Okay. Like I said, some people can, some people can't. Some people, it's
But also
it
for
doesn't
him,
phase them.
it's
They
easier
they
too
have their
for him
priorities
because he
straight.
didn't have social media, so it's not like he has
Okay,
to
fair.
constantly because he doesn't have to
Yeah,
constantly
understand.
worry about interacting with people.
Someone
Right.
said I did this. Oh god.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Right, right,
I mean,
I
he
hear you.
obviously does like press conferences and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's part
but,
of the
like,
job.
But exactly, and the thing is, like, it's kind of hard. Well, I wouldn't say hard, but like if you're being serious about it and you're a level-headed individual, it's kind of hard to like have to engage in altercations with the media. I mean, obviously, if you're someone stupid like Antonio Brown or someone who says something dumb in a press conference,
Who spends
that's-
too much time on social media for one?
yeah,
Yeah.
apparently he's facing possible life sentence. But
Yeah, he's in trouble for something. I forgot.
It-
Well,
it was
I
like-
don't know. Is it the
it's
sexual
like-
assault charge?
no,
Not to
it
get
was
off.
and maybe, but it was the one I'm thinking of. It was like felony vandalism or something like that.
He did something
It
recently,
was something
but we'll
stupid.
I'll look it up later. But yeah,
Beside the point,
Yeah.
like, what was I saying? But yeah, no, I'm saying we're talking about him handling it well.
Mhm.
But it's like someone like that. It's kind of hard for him to not handle it well because if he doesn't have a social media account, that means he's not spending an excess amount of time on the internet listening
right.
to what people have to say. So he's literally just putting his nose to the grindstone and
like
just playing,
Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi
playing
Leonard does the
football, you know
same
what I mean?
thing. Yeah.
Because if he's focused on his football and his family, then like that's
You're not,
Does-
you're
he
not dealing
doesn't
with
have
that
kids,
kind of
does he? I
stress.
know
That's
he-
why I say that's why I say guys like Luke
Yeah.
Kuechly and Kawhi Leonard are a breath of fresh air. All right.
Yeah.
They aren't letting social media entrap them in their lives.
No.
forever anymore.
Yeah. Or I know there's other NFL players who have social media accounts, but like their accounts are private. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Like, I
Uh-huh.
mean, so they can still use it, but they're not like publicly putting it out there.
Right.
It bothers me so much to see like actors or like different artists that aren't social media like influencers, something like that. basically like treating social media like that's their influence. Like that's where they need to go express all their thoughts and
Yeah,
opinions and stuff like that. Like I don't
hate the
care.
term influencer.
I mean,
I do
social,
too.
social
I do
media,
too. I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't either.
So
But
social media influencers, they have a reason to be on social media because that's where your fan base is. That's where people are hearing you at. But like, I don't want to hear about like I don't know. Like I guess I throw any rapper out there. Like I don't want to hear the Migos Twitter them reply like, "Oh, we like waffles." I don't care, dude. I'm here for the music. I don't care about your whatever fuck you're doing, but your weekly day. I want to hear about your musical stuff you're doing with your music, not about your day-to-day basis life. Social media influencers, sure, go ahead, go crazy because that's where you're getting your money from. That's where everyone likes to see your vlogs and stuff like that. But actors and musicians and athletes, I don't want to hear your day by day because I do not care. Oh yeah, it was good.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, you don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I really don't care about like I mean like I get it, like, I want to connect with the people that really want to know about my life and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Do that on your own, like, I guess like personal one, I guess. I feel like the ones that are meant for like athletes or actors or stuff like that, I want them basically to just fill their stuff with stuff that's about the content they're making or the stuff they're producing or the stuff that they're doing related to their craft. I don't want to learn about your day to day. I think that's something for like your personal thing. I think maybe because we treat social media like that's something that's supposed to be personal for yourself, so you can actually do that kind of thing. I guess I can see it like that. But for entertainers or celebrities in general, I don't want to hear about your personal biz. I don't really want to know about your personal biz because it makes it seem like we're getting too close into this.
Obviously, they have the right to do that.
Yeah.
because that's their thing.
That is their thing.
But would you go so far as to rebuke them for doing that?
I don't know. I think it just depends. It just
So
depends.
say I am a music YouTuber, like
Yeah.
Jared Dines or someone who does a bunch of like gear reviews or funny YouTube videos about music or something, right? And then I make a video about how someone scammed me on a guitar sale because that happened to Jared, right? And so then I go out there and I rant about that or something that happens to me personally that doesn't necessarily directly correlate to my channel.
Your content, whatever you make, right?
So obviously it's my channel. I can post that, but like
It's not what your channel makes. It's not what your channel is producing for
so
people to
you're
watch.
saying I shouldn't use my own personal profile to put stuff about my personal life when it's mine and it's my profile.
Well, no, I'm not saying
that?
I'm not saying that. You make it sound like I'm
no,
just
I'm not
like, okay,
attacking you. I'm just trying to get your full thought.
I'll take someone, I don't know. Okay, I guess a YouTuber that only does specifically like skits and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden they post about my
Caleb City.
Yeah, like that guy, right? And then all of a sudden he posted a thing about, well, my dog died and I'm really sad about it. I just want to really tell you guys about that. And they'd be like, okay, get it. Like one video you feel really sad about, you're telling us why you're skipping out on some videos. Maybe that's cool. Maybe then one day he'll just text me. So I just want to tell you about the day I went to Walmart and how I bought some shit. I don't care, dude.
Oh, so
I
you're
don't-
saying
that?
So
no,
you're-
like he could post a video like that.
So
Oh,
you're saying they should. You're saying they should have one
but that's
page. Oh, go ahead.
no. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
You're saying that they should have one social media account where it's
strictly your business.
Yeah, and then
It's
the other
strictly-
one
and
is
then the other one
personal.
you put your personal
Okay, I
shit.
get what you're
I'm cool
saying.
with that.
Okay.
I'm definitely cool with that. Like
Okay.
if Cardi B really took the time to put like Cardi B, I don't know, put fucking like I don't know, rapper, something to identify this is your rap page. It's only putting your rap shit on here.
Okay, I
I'm
get
dropping
what
the
you're
song this time. I'm promoting someone's album. I'm promoting someone I like that's in the music business. There's her other page is like Cardi B. This is where I get personal, y'all. Shit
Okay,
like that.
so-
I'd be like, yo, cool.
I actually like that.
That's
I
fine.
like that.
Because I don't want to be scrolling past. Because I'm following someone for their content, for what they make,
That's
produce, like musically wise. I want to follow their content for their music.
Okay.
I don't want to follow your content and then I see Cardi B talking about I love sucking dick. I don't care, dude.
And she
I'm
will
not
say
about
that.
that.
She will
I'm
say
not
that,
here
too.
for that. I'm here for your music. So why the fuck are you bringing this up on my timeline?
She
I
will
don't want to
say
see
that.
that.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Okay.
know about it. Just I think you should have
Two
two separate
se-
pages,
two separate pages.
with your
Okay.
content.
Okay, so building off of that, do you think it's a good idea for YouTubers to have a channel? So going back to my music thing, say I'm a music YouTuber, I have a music channel, and then I have like a vlog channel.
That's totally cool.
Okay.
That's totally cool with me. Or at least state from the beginning what you want to do with your channel. Like maybe you could bring up to like another video, be like, hey guys, I want to change the content up a little bit. I want to do something different. I'm going to talk about different stuff now. I'm not going to do strictly this. At least let the audience know beforehand or something like that. Or at least tell the people straight up, like if you're joining my page, you're following me on Instagram, you know I'm going to post this kind of stuff on Instagram. I'm not going to be just posting about my craft and what I'm doing.
Okay.
Can we
so-
can we take this in another direction? I know it's not necessarily what some of us had in mind, but I just have a question for all four of us. It's the same question.
go ahead.
Let's apply this question to us.
Okay.
To us four, because I want to get everybody's opinion on it. Say whatever field when we leave UNC Charlotte, when we graduate, we get our degrees, and we go out to the world, whatever field we choose to. If I'm not saying we're all going into the entertainment industry, whatever it is, and say we get, we dedicate,
Really successful.
become successful, gain a certain amount of notoriety, perhaps even through social media.
Okay.
We use that as an avenue. How would do you guys think you'd be able to handle getting, say, do you think you'd be able? Do you think you'd be able to handle success and people wanting to know? And because we all have social media accounts, we may not all be on the same platform. But like I said, if you were to become real successful in whatever career you chose to pursue,
I feel like it's one of those things like we're not gonna know until
you
get there.
Yeah.
I think I can probably assume how I would react to it. I mean, in that kind of like hypothetical type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
this is hypothetical. It is hypothetical.
If I popped up one day and I'm popping on every single social media platform, and that's what my thing is now, and people want to know about me, I'm gonna at least let them know, or at least tell them like, is this what y'all want to hear? Is this what y'all want to know about me? Like, I would be like, okay, I'm getting famous off of this content I make for myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone likes my whatever. Let's say like I do music reviews or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves my music reviews. They love my top 10s, all that stuff like that. I come with a video later. I'm like, hey guys, I see a lot of love and support from you guys. Do y'all want to see more different stuff from me? Like, I would let them know. Like, at least give them the option to know if they want to know more about me.
For me, I think it would be the part towards like to a certain level, right? Because like I have no problem with like becoming famous and having tons of people like know about me, but I don't want to have it to a certain level to where it's like mass media, like freaking New York Times or something reporting on me.
You don't want to give people too much access.
Yeah, that, and also like if I were to be more famous, I would be very diligent in what I do to make sure I have a level of privacy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't mind if people know like the area where I live or something like that, but like
I don't know if I would want anybody to
well,
know.
No, I'm saying like big picture. Like, obviously, like based on this podcast, they know we're in Charlotte, and we've told them that we all go to UNCC, right? They don't know what dorms we live in. They don't know that is, like, you know what I'm saying? So let's say I get a house on, I don't know, like Bing Street or something, and then 2 streets away there's a popular coffee shop in the area, and I talk about how I go there, or I vlog myself going there, like, oh, he lives near here, right? Or I show my street, or like something like that. I would be very diligent to like make sure I don't give them specific enough information for them to figure out where it is.
It's kind of hard for people like Drake, though. Like, people that are like really big names that have like big ass mansions. Like,
I said, there are different levels to celebrity. Drake is obviously an international
it's really
superstar.
Hard to hide yourself.
Yeah, but at the same time, when you have a big mansion or something like Drake, I mean, I don't know. Does he live in a big mansion?
He lives
probably.
It's a big house.
It would be in a gated,
but that's
he's in a gated community.
Yes.
I think at one point he bought his neighbor's house. Like, he was being a dick about it. Like,
right.
his neighbors complained that his music was too loud, so he bought their house.
Right.
So they didn't complain about it no more. I was like, that's kind of fucked up.
Right.
But
he's not gonna buy a home in a place where there's you can clearly get to it.
Drake has protection. I'm saying like high enough profile that you can protect yourself.
Yeah, like he's diligent about the fact where it's like people know where he is. Okay, that's fine. I realize the
fact
nobody's
gonna touch me.
But I'm going to live in a place. I'm going to make sure it is in a way to where people don't have a certain ease of access.
Right.
I mean, obviously you can like climb the gate and break in or something, but like,
that's too complicated.
Security cameras, right?
That's so complicated.
There's definitely people that are.
There's people trying. There's people that jump on the fucking like the lawn in Washington. They don't care. They want to go do it. They're gonna go do it. But the point is that oh, my bad, Jesse. Go ahead.
Oh, you're making your point. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
You got it.
But my concern is when you do reach a certain level of celebrity, does it get to a point where Hollywood kind of owns you a little bit? Because, for example, let's say there was this one situation where Halle Berry was walking out of her house with a child in her arm, and paparazzi came out of nowhere and she attacked them. You see what I'm saying?
That kind of thing. Okay.
She attacked them.
Well, she didn't attack them, but she was telling them to back away.
Yeah.
So
and
my
they
thing
don't
is, do they
fucking
have
listen.
how to like?
Well,
how do they?
but she lives. But here's the thing. I mean, the Halle Berry situation is unique unto itself because where she lives,
Mhm.
which is like, she actually lives like right in that hub of where all those like news outlets
Oh, okay.
are.
All right.
So like
Well,
yeah, so
I
so
think
like
it's-
what is it, TMZ or whatever?
Yeah.
I think Halle Berry's house is like 5 or 6 blocks away. So if they wanted to investigate like Halle Berry, if they wanted to go do like they wouldn't have to really leave their station, right? I mean, they could find Halle Berry walking around on a bike,
Take
really.
a fucking 20-minute walk.
Yeah, right. It's literally a walk, so they
Yeah.
don't have far to go. So you kind of put yourself in
Story's
a
dry
bad
today this
situation.
week. Huh? What are we gonna do? Spice it up. Halle Berry lives up the street.
Yeah, right up the street. I mean, so you need to kind
Real-
of be smarter about where you choose to live. But yeah,
Real quick before we continue, when you say Hollywood, Jesse, do you mean like just media in general?
yeah.
Or you mean like Hollywood,
But like
company?
Or I mean, well, my main question is: are you trying to make a point that specifically relates to actors in the movie industry, or are you just using Hollywood as a blanket?
Because all famous actors don't live. Actually, none of them really live in Hollywood.
He
Hollywood
means
is a lot.
He means Hollywood is not necessarily the location, but in
Yeah,
Hollywood
like
as
in general.
the entity.
Okay, so the entertainment industry.
But,
Okay,
but that's what I'm saying. Are you trying to make your points based off of an actor / film person's life, or are you just trying to use that as a blanket statement?
I'm just saying celebrities.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Like,
fine.
you're just trying to make
But
sure.
I'm saying
That's what I was
the fact that you brought up Halle Berry's name, I'm saying it's unique because she lives like not far from a lot of those news outlets. Like she's in that in that neighborhood, right? So like I said, so she's like right next to a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Which goes back to what I was saying earlier, the fact that Tyler knows that she lives in an area around a bunch of media outlets.
Right.
That's a little much.
That's a little much.
E-Man, you were going to make a point a second ago?
I was going to say like this. There's a point when you finally reach that level where like you really can't have that secrecy, like about like wherever you are. Like I can go online and probably find out where fucking Drake. I'm using an example again. Is right now. Like there's no like secret. When you get to like a certain level, there's really like nowhere to hide at that point because the paparazzi gonna know where you are at all times.
I mean, but here's the thing. But no, the paparazzi is only. I mean, that's a specific. That is a specific area in California known as the paparazzi. Yeah. I mean, they have that in New York too, but it's basically in the most. In LA and New York, basically, all right, that's the hub for quote unquote paparazzi. Now, as far as just regular news,
I mean, like I'm saying, you can find anyone if they're big enough. If they're big enough, and you get to a certain level of infamy, or not infamy, but just popularity.
Just fame. Infamy is more for people who are famous for bad things.
Yeah,
but
fame and popularity, right? You can't really hide from them no more. They're gonna find wherever you are at all times. So you really kind of just gotta have that.
Unless you stay off social media, unless you just don't use it, like Daniel Day-Lewis for an example. I mean, he's not one of the most popular, but actors in of the modern era, as far as film actors of the modern era. But he's one of the most revered, without a doubt. So he's definitely what you would call a movie star. I mean, he prefers. We know him as an actor, not a movie star, but he's one of the most revered. Right? He's had one of the most decorated careers. But he's not. You don't see him out in public a lot. He doesn't. He doesn't do social media. The dude He actually lives in Ireland. I don't think he doesn't even live in the States.
The dude was like, "I'm getting out of America."
Yeah, right. So he doesn't want to be involved with. I don't like to use the word, but he doesn't.
Well, that's kind of hard then because he's in Ireland. If I said like an American, like if you're America and you're a famous person, it's kind of easier to get access to you than Ireland.
But that's his choice though. But I'm saying he made that choice to not live in America, and not just him.
You literally just clarified his reasoning for living in Ireland.
And not just him. Okay, I'll go. All right. Well,
just a report on the dude.
Just a report on.
But hold on, Eman, check this out. I'll go to I'll use another example of a more famous or popular actor, Scarlett Johansson. She does not live in the States. She lives in Paris.
Really?
Right.
Fucking wild. That's crazy.
Okay. Some actors, because the media is so, it's infringed because in places like LA and New York, they infringe upon their privacy so much. They say, you know what? I'm not gonna live in the States. I'm gonna go live, I'll live in the UK or prepare to move to another country. It's just, it's just better to live there. There's not, the press doesn't hassle you as much as they do in the States, even though they are American film stars and entertainers, made their fortune in America.
Yeah.
But they're like, I don't want to be here.
Especially for people like Scarlett Johansson, to where it's like the media paints them as one of like. I don't want to say that she's a sex symbol, but
She is a sex symbol.
But that's
She's sexy.
well, I'm saying I don't.
She's
I
sexy.
You don't call it
personally.
that? Okay.
I don't personally want to classify her as that.
Okay.
Because it's 2020. We respecting women, boys. someone like that, to where it's like they're painted as one of the more attractive people in society, and they have a certain stigmatism around them. It's like that by itself is a good reason for them to try to report on her more or get more on her, so she's like, okay, I'm getting out.
Yeah.
So when it was someone like that has that type of stigmatism around her, like her, George Clooney, Brad Pitt, like those kind of guys.
But
like,
she does have.
Granted, Pitt lives in the States, right?
Yeah, Pitt does. Yeah. But she does have. I mean, Scarlett does have a social media account, and she uses it. I mean, now she doesn't use it to maybe. She's probably not as prevalent on it as say Migos are. About. I mean, I don't know. I don't follow her. I don't follow any really
Migos
celebrities.
don't really post that much.
But okay, well.
When they
to my
do,
point.
it's
But anyway,
stupid though.
Yeah, it's annoying. They fucking.
but
bubbles.
you know for a fact, like say people, celebrities who are on that level, who have that level of fame, they have millions of followers, on whether it be on whatever platform they're using. Okay,
And there's people on those platforms that want to hear about their like day-to-day
Right,
life and want
right.
to know about every single little tidbit about that celebrity.
right, and that's what I'm
they
saying.
love that person.
Right, so or they find them interesting. So who here has the? I mean, let's be honest. Who here has? As I wouldn't want to use the word gall, but would you? Are you comfortable enough telling those people that find you interesting or fascinating, that want to hear about what's going on in your daily life, and telling them I'd rather not use social media to to interact with you guys about things like that?
Yeah.
For me, it would depend on the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's a level of privacy I don't
okay.
want to go
Yeah,
to.
like I have no
I
problem.
mean, it's either yes or no. I honestly think.
For the most part, I'm a
think
pretty
it's-
open person, but to a certain level, there's certain things that I don't want people to know about.
All right,
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you have children.
I'm with you.
Like-
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, let me for the sake of argument, I'm having marriage issues with my wife or something. I'm not going to social media.
Yeah, you ain't got
about
no business.
Yeah,
exactly
Right.
my
That
point.
kind of thing. Like they,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I don't know any celebrities
Like
that do
there's,
that, but
there's
I mean,
like what's it? At the one point, there was a guy. His name is Matthew Santoro.
I've heard that name.
YouTube, right? What's the girl that
Yeah,
he was with,
I know
right?
what you're talking about.
The girl
Yeah.
that was beating on him or something like
Supposedly.
that. Yeah.
Was that ever proved?
I mean, allegedly.
No, allegedly. Yeah, good. Like, yeah, Matthew Santoro about his girlfriend and everything. She was it Nicole Anderson or something like Anderson, something like that. She made like a. They were talking about. They went back and forth for like different videos
That's
about
a
how.
porn star, Nicole Aniston.
Is
Oh,
it?
Yes.
E-Man
I
is
don't
telling
know
himself.
who it is. Then, God damn it, I don't know her
E-Man just
name.
told on himself. That's what
I could tell you who her name is. She made that Dear Fat People.
Oh,
video.
Nicole Harper.
There you go.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was one of the Nicoles. It was one of them. No, but
she parodied. I know it's off topic, but she parodied the Donald Glover shit too. The This Is America. She did that too.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but go ahead. Yeah, she's one.
Yeah,
She's
but
one of those comedians. She's
they
a
had-
quote unquote stand up comedian. But go ahead.
She said she's been doing comedian shit for like 5 years now. I haven't heard of her ever until like that whole Dear Matt shit. But
Same.
besides that, they had their whole thing posted online about that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. And she had said in one of her videos that she didn't want her personal life being, publicly known because she was dating Matthew Santoro and everything like that. She didn't want her stuff to be known. That's cool and everything. But it's kind of hard for her to do that because at that time she was dating Matthew Santoro, which was the #1 Periscope, which is like an app where you can like chat with fans and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And they're based off of hearts. He was the #1 Periscope person at that time. So it's kind of hard to not be in the limelight of like publicity and stuff like that.
Right.
Especially dealing with someone that's a #1 for that kind of thing. I guess you should bring that into relationship before you start dating that person and tell them straight up, like, I don't want to be in social media. I don't want this to be public, stuff like that.
Okay. And
make sure
some
that
of them don't, and
Yeah.
they make that agreement. I mean,
And
I don't.
it's definitely hard to do that with someone that is as big of a name as he was at that time. Because he trying to tell someone that they're you're the #1 person on this app that does stuff about recording yourself day by day life. I don't want to be in these. you basically got to be like, I can't come around you no more because you're doing this the whole entire time, that kind of thing, which is very difficult in my opinion. Yeah, no one's saying anything.
No, I'm saying I agree with you about being difficult, but you have to be willing to make that commitment.
Yeah, it's very difficult, and I from that whole thing about their whole like relationship and stuff like that, I can see like definitely how she didn't probably want to have stuff like up in the air about that kind of stuff because they were dealing about her having issues and him being the number one in that kind of position. He has to go to his fans and tell them about that kind of stuff. But her, she might have been like, I don't want to talk about this kind of stuff. Like this is our personal shit. I can see that. That's like the only like redeeming quality I think from her. I can say like that she did not want her personal stuff to be online. It's very difficult for for him being an internet person.
Right.
His face is all over the goddamn place because he is a famous YouTuber. He has, is very careful with this kind of stuff, dating these kind of people to make sure that they know that his life is very known to the public and that you gotta either go with this and we can make this work together, or I gotta tell you straight from the bat, we can't make this happen.
But even with something like that, because you said it was a domestic violence issue.
Yeah.
I mean, the press is going to pick up on that either way because he is who he is.
He is who he is,
right? So, but that still goes back to
if you don't want your personal shit on there, at least let the
you can control what you post on social media. You can't really control whether or not the press or the media covers it or not. No, you can't. You don't really have any control over that. But I agree with you. Celebrity or not, it's just not something. Certain things like that I wouldn't post.
Yeah,
about.
so like I'm figuring he probably didn't post about her actually beating him. Like I post it during the beating. But what I'm saying, like because they were saying that she hit him. So like that kind of thing. Like I don't think he was in mid beating. Like I gotta catch this for the gram. No, but I think like later on he made a video about it. I don't think she wanted to have that. Maybe it was more like a personal thing they wanted to talk about.
Imagine being so addicted to social media that you're literally getting beat by your girlfriend and like, yeah, I want to post this. Let me get my phone.
I gotta cry.
Wait, stop beating me real quick. Let me record.
Hold on, I gotta get the camera right.
Walks over, grabs his phone, opens the windows to get good lighting. Like, all right, you can continue beating.
You can continue. This is all a joke.
Okay, but with that, let's move on to, and me and Aidan, I know we have a lot to say about this because, well, I told you about the Golden Globes and the whole Ricky Gervais thing. Basically,
dude, what a legend for that.
Yes, he is a legend.
Ricky
but let's
beast.
Yes, he is, and he's not coming back. But so he knows he's not. He knows he's not. But okay, so
respect.
With that being said, since the topic is can anybody be a celebrity, and I think we've all agreed that yes, anybody can, and especially through the use of social media. Now,
anybody can doesn't mean they should.
Absolutely not.
Right.
And those that are, I have particular disdain for people who use that platform, who use their celebrity along with their platform to discuss topics or to give quote unquote hot takes about things that they know absolutely nothing about. Politics, for one, which and this absolutely this is rampant throughout the entertainment industry.
Cardi B, please do not join Congress. No.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
No one is going to vote her in.
Nobody is going to do that.
Don't say that.
I would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if she did, but like
she's not going to make it far.
There's been some terrible people that have held public office.
Bill Clinton.
Yeah, that's one. There's been some terrible people, so I wouldn't put it past. I would not put it past.
Hillary made it all the way to the final.
Yeah,
election.
That's right. So that's what I'm saying.
She's smarter with her delivery. Sorry.
Manipulative.
Yeah, she's more manipulative. Cardi.
Well, you have to be.
I don't think she's articulate enough.
Articulate enough?
I don't.
I don't think she understands the word.
That's what I was saying. I don't think she knows what.
You have to be savvy to be a politician.
Did she even graduate high school?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What they got?
But anyway, not to say it too much.
Yeah.
Cardi B is not the problem. This didn't start with Cardi B. That's
no.
But
she's just a product of the issue.
Yes, absolutely, a product of the issue. And here's the thing: if you care so much about politics, I'm not saying you can't have an interest in politics, but. But just running off at the mouth about stuff on social media, just because you're a celebrity and just because you are a quote unquote influencer. You have to base your comments around facts.
You have to.
Yeah, because you're being scrutinized by everyone else.
Absolutely. You are a public figure, okay? And any statement you make, you are open.
Becomes law.
Become what?
Law. What I'm saying. Okay, what What I'm saying is, when you are a celebrity, unfortunately, a lot of
Everything
things that you say
becomes
becomes law,
to
whether it's
those
true or not.
followers. Yeah, to those followers, I definitely agree.
That's
with that.
worship.
Apparently she did.
That's worship.
I mean, it's,
But that's
literally
exactly
what
what's
it
going
is.
on.
Literally what it is. We have people really buying fucking like whatever kind of spit from people. Like they'll buy whatever the fuck they want from their favorite
What was it?
artist, something like that.
Belle Delphine's bathwater or something?
Yeah, like she was selling goddamn bathwater and people were buying this shit. It was selling out. That's when you know you have
Good.
fan bases that love you or
That is disgusting.
idol.
This is a woman, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, y'all suck, man. What the hell's wrong with y'all? You know what?
Bathwater, bro. Like, just imagine, like, you just took a fucking bath. You got out. You were like, huh, I could sell
All right, well,
this.
not all. All right, not
Aliens,
all.
please abduct me. I don't want to live on this earth anymore.
I'll build my own damn rocket ship and just fly out
Let's
of
go
here.
colonize Saturn, bro.
Yeah.
Colonize Saturn.
You can't live on Saturn. No, fuck that.
Don't
Just
care.
go to the moon. The moon.
But back to what you were saying.
Right.
Yeah, about the
Apparently, we're gonna be building a hotel up there, or something like that,
hotel.
in the next
Z9,
30
what's
years.
that
All
movie,
right.
Z9?
All right, but go ahead. What are you saying?
Yeah, about that whole thing about just like in general, I think like it's so difficult to like.
Is it a culture? Would you call it a culture?
What do you mean, Coach? What kind of culture?
About shit like that. People who do things like that because they're so enamored with someone who has a particular amount of fame.
I think it's not a
And-
cult. I mean, you know what? It's a culture, and you know who I want to blame for it? Eminem. God,
Really? Eminem? That's your scapegoat?
I'm blaming Eminem. Eminem, I fucking love you, dude. Your music's great. I love it. All that stuff like that.
Why him though?
He coined the name Stan for the crazy fan that loves their fan to death. We had a name for it. He actually made that song Stan, and then everyone else is on their dicks about this kind of shit.
And then ever since he
dropped that song,
well, I don't think he necessarily coined the term. I feel like he is the one who gave it a gateway to become coined.
And people think it's a good thing to be a stan.
Yeah,
most
like-
of the time it's not a good thing to be a stan.
You guys know me. Like I hate stupid internet slang. So like in order to be a stan for something, or we stan this,
Yeah,
it's like once something has a distinct nomenclature or it has some sort of category, people are going to jump on it. You know what I mean? So something like that where it's like, oh, there's a name for this. What can we put in this? Or, oh, this is now pop culture. Let's use it because it's what's popular kind of thing.
literally,
You know what I mean?
In that song, Stan, he was a fucking crazy person that was like trying to like be that person. Like that's literally how they act. They want to be that person, or they want to be with that person so bad they will do whatever they need to do.
Didn't he like drive off the car, drive off a bridge with his wife? And
because he's like, I want to be just like you, and then fucking killed himself.
Yeah, so like these fan clubs that certain celebrities have, like Beyonce has what's it called, the Beehive?
Yeah.
The Beehive.
The Beehive.
Nicki Minaj has are they called bars?
Bars.
Yeah, it's okay. Then so it is. So there is a culture. I'd say that's what that. Well, it is a cult. That's what it is. It's a cult. It's a cult of people who worship.
Yeah, they're worshiping this person that
All right.
really is not worth. I don't have anyone that I personally would think I worship.
You shouldn't worship. You shouldn't worship
have
any
nothing like that.
Anybody,
Someone I
any
admire.
mortal person.
Yeah, I can say I can admire
except for
someone.
Jesus. Except for Jesus.
I'm with you on that. Well,
we
like
love
I said,
you, Jesus Christ.
I wanted to say,
Jesus Christ, we love you, God.
or you Howard
I
Shot.
love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? But anyway, you never heard of that song anyway.
I was going to say, like, you're an atheist.
Aiden never heard of that song. That's a song. But back to your point when you said
I was like, what?
that's a song, an actual song. But back to your point about celebrities, they have to say nothing but facts. Unfortunately, and
I say anybody should, but I'm saying celebrities in particular because they're supposedly they're influencers because of the followings that they have.
But unfortunately, a lot of them won't do that because look at what they did to Kanye. A lot of people turned their back on him because
I know.
He goes against what people consider facts, but it's actually lies.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
I don't think George Bush cares about people in general.
So a lot of times as a celebrity, you get bullied into putting out propaganda or putting out lies that a lot of time, like let's say you might end up losing. A lot of celebrities have end up losing their jobs or end up losing their careers, taking a hit because they lean towards the right or a lot of what's popular. They don't really believe in that. So I think that's exactly what's going on with celebrities nowadays. Is they're scared to say the truth because if they do, their career might take a hit.
I agree. Or I don't even know. Here's the thing, because
I really don't care.
A lot of people make the argument that the truth is relative, or that there is no truth. There's his truth, there's her truth. I'm just saying. I know this is the. I know I don't agree with any of that, and none of that makes any sense. There is the truth. I agree with you with that, but I'm saying, yes, anytime someone not dismisses, but goes against any sort of rhetoric that is considered truth, even if it's not. Yes, their career very well much could take a hit.
I'll give you one example.
Or they lose. Yeah, go ahead. We have examples.
Let's say, for example,
you gave one, Kanye
what
West.
was no? Well, let's say I'm a known celebrity, right? The terrorist, what's his name? Qassam Soleimani, something like that.
Qassam Soleimani?
Whatever his name. No. His name was Qassam. It was Qasam. Anyway, y'all don't watch the news?
No.
We do watch.
Okay. I'll tell you what recently happened.
Yeah, what did he
So
do?
Trump, I think it was a few weeks ago, he killed a terrorist that was planning an attack on the U.S.
Oh, that guy, the
And
fucking
this man,
general dude.
the
Iranian
leader. He
Yeah,
killed.
okay, you could
he
just said
killed-
that.
Yeah,
I said Qassam.
You
That's
said
his
the
name.
terrorist. I was like, general. That's
Anyway,
different.
anyway, he killed over 600 of our U.S. troops. But what if I were, let's say I'm a known celebrity, right?
Okay.
And I post the truth, because a lot of these celebrities they watch this man in Iran crying and they say, "Oh, I feel so bad for them." If I were to say something like, if I were to post something like, how could you
sympathize?
How could you sympathize with people that are crying over a terrorist? Do you know how many people would attack me? Do you know how bullying a lot of times it stops you from putting the truth out there?
No, I hear what you're saying. Yeah,
So I
there
do
are some
agree.
people, because some people are so. We'll go ahead and open that can of worms. Yeah, some people are so anti-Trump that they maybe would, sympathize with, like you said, somebody who was crying over the death of an Iran. What's the guy's name?
He was an Iranian leader who
their line would be, "He's not that bad. Trump's worse."
Right.
That's
But
their line
okay,
to it.
okay,
because he's definitely ordered hits on tons of people to get them murdered. He's definitely.
He's definitely
leading his country in some form of dictatorship.
I think they're just trying to like push a bad agenda on him, and they're just like, we have to find something wrong with what he did, after because at first, what I was like when I had first heard about that story, I was sitting there like, that's fucking crazy. Like, yo, why would you do that? I thought he just bombed him for no reason. Like, I thought he was just like being a fucking president. It was like, I'm not swinging my dick around. Everybody know who I am. Then I heard the full story, and I was like, oh, okay. He's trying to make sure we keep our asses safe out here. We're Americans. We're trying to make sure we stay alive.
And that's why I said we have to know what we're talking about,
especially get the full story,
especially when you are a celebrity, because a lot of times you're attacking the president who's trying to keep us safe.
You're attacking the very face value of the issue instead of looking deeper into it. That's why I haven't chose a political party to begin with, because I'm not about to put my whole can of worms to the one group and then they end up learning they're doing some fucked up shit.
Everyone in politics is a hypocrite anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't think think we should be like.
But stay. All right.
He said.
But stay at those celebrities though. Yes, any sort of political commentary that you make or statement that you make, especially through social media, and you are I don't even care if you're a celebrity, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just an average Joe or something, why even discuss? Why even say anything about it if you don't know what you're talking about? If you're just talking out your ass for the most part. Why? What's the point?
To gain that follower, to become a celebrity.
It's
a fucking cycle. Mm-hmm. It's a cycle. You start off with
it's a culture. We know. You just admit it's a culture.
You're saying some dumb shit to get people spiked up and interested into you, and then you continue to be that dumb shit they like you for, and you start to die out, and then you try to say some more dumb shit to get yourself back into that fucking cycle. It's like the Catch Me Outside girl. She started off saying some dumb shit on her on Dr. Phil's, talking about how she, I don't fuck with my mom. I'm gonna fire everybody in this bitch. I don't care that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff, right? Got famous. Started like, okay, no one cares about me no more. I'm famous. I got my little music out, and everybody listen to me. I'm popping. And then later on, she say some more wild shit or something like that. Or no, she ended up catching some boxer. Caught a boxer in her DMs trying to slide in. She like 16 or something like that. She's really young. She's really young. Guy's like 30 years old. He's in her DMs. So now she's popping again. It's a fucking cycle. I'm learning this shit. It's all over the place. We get to this conversation. It's there. Aidan, don't do that eye roll. You don't say the truth. God damn it.
Oh no, my eyes are like legit dry. So I'm still adjusting to a new prescription. So
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's just a cycle. Exactly what it is. A culture that's in a continuous cycle of someone saying some dumb stuff, you get famous off of it, people start losing interest, so you say some more dumb stuff to get yourself hype again. Exactly what it is.
Now, how do you guys feel about people who achieve, and I don't know how this happens, but it just does. Some people who achieve celebrity status from just Instagram, from just photos.
Yeah. I mean, that's not.
I don't have a problem with that.
I mean, what are we like?
It depends.
What kind
on
of photos are we? Yeah, what kind of photos are we
Yeah.
posting? Are we posting like just like nakeds? Because I know people see people naked. This is
Instagram thoughts.
Posting naked.
Yeah, like you're
All right, what I say? Should they be
posting the nudies? You're like, people are gonna go gravitate towards that. That's why like most of them like Instagram thoughts have like over 100K followers because people like seeing naked.
Some have millions. Have a million.
Yeah, they sitting there like, and then I love reading those comments.
What's her name?
Those things are fucking hilarious.
Jessica Nigri.
Jessica Nigri. But I don't follow her. But like I can whenever I like click on her page and I like read like a comment from like one of her posts, I'll be like, damn, these people are really like over here gargling soap.
Right, but
yeah, like that people like in her comments and they're like, yo, I want to drink your bath water. I want to like do whatever the fuck to them. People, sex attracts people, so she knows what she's doing.
Of course, sex sells.
The tits and the ass, the picture is gonna make sure people come to see your content,
right?
Even if you ain't really got nothing to really.
But what I'm saying, does anybody? I mean, do we feel is there any sense of?
Do we get why it happens?
Is it or do you feel like that's immoral to become a public figure or to become quote unquote successful?
Does it not count?
Just off of that?
Does it not count? You know what? It's kind of hard though, because there's little kids online making millions off of fucking toys. So like, honestly, I can't really. There's like everybody's making money off of everything. So like, there's an outlet for anything. I mean, posting pictures to make you money. I'm going for that route.
I'm glad that possibility exists.
Yeah,
but it's like the market for it is so flooded with cancer that it's like
mostly like if you're really from all the content, we could say 100% of the content is everything that's in there for like social media users that are like famous off influence, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can say about 80% of that content is trash. The other 15 or 10% is actually 15 or 20% is actually good.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with people as far as getting famous because you might post news or whatever on social media. I don't know. But as far as
chase a bag, bro. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, but as far as you get movie offers because of this, or you might get a commercial or things like that. I really do have a problem with that.
Like the fucking Viners that got are movie stars now.
Yeah,
they're actually bad. They're not horrible. Good actors. You're only there for 6 seconds because you're only good for content of 6 seconds.
Now they're
not full in film.
There's definitely been actor or people who do like YouTube skits or whatever who are actually good actors.
Yeah, they can switch, and it's very rare though.
Yeah,
it's very rare.
Yeah.
I think it's very rare you're gonna find like an actor that was a Viner that became an actor.
Like Batch, for example.
He's I might be unpopular for this one. He's a terrible actor.
No.
Is he actually?
I'm saying Batch is an example of someone who started
as a YouTuber.
Videos. Yeah. I haven't seen anything he's really done, so I can't really gauge if he's a good actor.
I definitely suggest y'all.
I someone who's done that.
Watching his content at least to know, like, okay, so like you watch King Batch like Vine, you know what he's about. Like, okay, it's like little quick videos. He's done videos on Instagram. I have no disrespect to the guy. I'm being just for real. When I watch his videos on Instagram, he'll post like a full video of whatever skit it was for like 6 seconds. He gets to the funny part, and then he'll drag on the joke for longer than it needs to be. And then it gets cringy, and then it gets awkward. And then I'm sitting there like, dude, just end the video. It's
Steve
over.
Harvey.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Like you take the joke for too long. I think that there's a transition that he reached that I think he just didn't realize that it's so hard to make comedy longer than 6 seconds long. He was like, well, damn, people are still in here, so I guess I just got to make it whatever it needs to be. But his content's not as it used to be, honestly. And I think that's all for the point that he had to switch platforms, which is sometimes not a good thing for some of them.
Sadly, TikTok exists. So I mean,
I'm not getting TikTok, and I've had like 90% of people, all of my friends,
I refuse.
Be like, download TikTok. It's so good. You're not part of the wave.
Stupid.
Wasn't it Musical.ly? People were on Musical.ly.
And then TikTok bought Musical.ly and made it into something
Musical.ly
bigger.
It was literally so stupid.
It was terrible. It was fucking 12-year-olds trying to look sexy on camera. I think I discussed this on another episode we had. Yes.
What are you about to say?
It is a
No.
problem.
I have a huge problem with that.
Yeah.
It's such
disgusting.
a stupid app.
It makes
Yeah,
me
let's
uncomfortable.
design an app around the fact where people can film themselves dancing to this music video. It's just like
You're not even the person that made the song. You're just trying to make yourself look like you're the person that
the
did it.
whole premise
taking,
of it
like,
is so
Famous
stupid.
scenes from movies and trying to act like that's yours. It doesn't make me feel like.
I just think we're in a time now where everybody just wants to be seen.
Yeah,
really what-
literally.
Yes, that's
I see so many
pretty
people on
much.
Instagram that have like their little moment of fame and they're like on like a really popular video, and I'm like, I'm never gonna see that person ever again.
That's why you have all these set yourself on fire challenge, snort the condom challenge.
That's the condom challenge is wild, bro.
I forgot about that.
She was like,
I mean,
I saw the video. She put up and she said,
I'm not
she
checking
pulled out her
that out.
mouth. I was like, oh my god.
But yes, for some reason, social media gave. What to say? I don't want to say all 247 million people who live in the U.S. That
Yeah.
I don't even know the numbers of of social media. Estimate. I don't know. I don't know the numbers of how
With
many
the little
social media.
squiggly line on top.
I don't know the numbers for all the other countries, but people feel like they now have that gives them reasoning or justification to basically give their opinion on everything, no matter how no matter how informed or uninformed it is.
Yeah.
Which is what Denzel said.
Oh, did he? Well, we know with Denzel, he's pretty straight arrow for the most part. If we're talking at least I think so. But he's old school. He didn't, he comes from a different generation, right?
I love Denzel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Definitely top 10 actor for me.
We'll be doing a
Top
video.
five.
We'll be doing a video later about
Denzel's
that.
definitely top 10 for me.
We could do top 10 Denzel performances. We could do anything like that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think this is another episode we're gonna wrap up of the Queen City Psychos.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to bring up
good discussion, by the way.
Really great discussion. I enjoyed it. I think this is like a shorter episode. I did want to bring up that Valentine's Day is approaching. February is next month, actually, and I was wondering if you guys are okay with doing like a Valentine's Day kind of special episode. We recorded beforehand and uploaded on Valentine's Day. And a topic just involving Valentine's Day. I don't really know. I didn't really have anything like specifically that's Valentine's Day related.
What'd you say?
He did say, okay. So
Aidan.
what was your idea?
Oh, yeah, we would bring on like a girl or two or something and just like ask legit like Valentine's Day related questions for them for like,
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely an idea. But like you said, February is what you said 2-3 weeks away. But
February is in like a couple days.
Valentine's Day. Sorry, Valentine's Day. Yeah, you know what I meant.
Day.
Yes,
2 weeks.
You're right. Okay, all right.
About 2.
All right, so that will be in the cards. Also, another announcement: we will plan on having our first guest for our next episode next Sunday. I've been in talks with a fellow student, classmate, who's working as I believe he's video production assistant for Far Away, my play. By the way, his name is Joel, and we plan to have him on the show. For our next episode next Sunday. All right, so wrapping it up. All right, thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. Thank you to all our subscribers who are listening, and those of you who may have just stumbled upon our channel for the first time and this is the first video that you're hearing. Please, subscribe, and to those that do follow us. Again, if you have any suggestions, anything that you would like us to talk about,
this has been another podcast episode with the Queen City Psychos, QCP.
Number
and we
one.
will see you next weekend.